Hey guys, okay, welcome to another workout with Core Moves. So today's workout is a total traditional workout. We're doing all the exercises that you would say do in like a high school PE session or a sort of typical strength and conditioning session. You don't need any weights, however, if you would like to try and pick it up a notch or make it more intense, you can use some light weights. But everything is quite plyometric today, so jump jacks, jumping lunges, and jumping squats. So if you want to pick it up a notch, I suggest just little light weights. Otherwise, it's pretty good just the way it is. It is 27 minutes and 37 seconds long, and I won't go over the exercises because, as I said, they're pretty bog standard. I can't think of anything that's in there that's a little bit different apart from our squat jump. So I just want to show you, we've got a squat jump, which is a squat and then a, so you explode up. So you squat, explode. Now if you don't want to explode, you can just do your little squat hops, okay? A little bit gentler on the knees, but still gets that really burn through the thighs. Otherwise, it's a squat, lift your hands out in front of you and then pull them back as you explode away from the floor. It's a bit more dynamic, so it's, and you can stop and then come back into your squat and explode yourself off the floor. It's pretty intense. We've got jumping lunges, we've got jumping squats, we've got push-ups with rotation. So there's just lots of stuff in here that's going to drive you a bit crazy today, but never mind, it's a great one. It's only under 30 minutes, lots of traditional stuff. I'm already out of breath. That's ridiculous. Okay, let's get this done. I apologize for the light. It's one of those days where the clouds come in, the clouds go out, so the light in the studio changes like crazy. Let's do this. We're starting straight away with our jump jacks. Start the timer, and here we go. Make sure to squeeze your inner thighs and contract your glutes. Pull your navel in the whole time. Push your hands down towards your hips. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Nice, strong, powerful shoulders. You can always reduce the range of movement in the arms if you're having shoulder issues. You can always take the jump away if you're having any knee issues. That's it. We've only got 7-second rest between each one, so it's just a transition. Bring your hips to the wall. Wall sit. Remember, if you don't have a wall, just hold an isometric squat. Try and make sure your feet and your knees are the same distance apart. You're coming to try and get a 90-degree angle at the hip, 90-degree at the knee. The lower back is pulled away from the wall. The spine is long and strong. Roll your shoulders back. More than halfway there, as you can see the clouds going over. I'm going light and then I'm going dark, but never mind. As long as you can still hear me and I don't turn into a total ghost. There we go. We got push-ups. I'm just going to turn up the volume so you can definitely hear the timer. On your mat, hands under your shoulders, on your feet or on your knees. Bog standard push-ups. Try and keep your body long from your point of contact on the mat to the back of your head, pulling the navel in, elbows go down and back. Try not to snap your elbows at the top, but keep your shoulders really nice and wide. And breathe. Good job. Okay, we've got crunches on your back. Get your pelvis in that nice neutral position. Lower back pulled away from the floor. Lift from the thoracic spine, elbows out wide to the side. Try not to jam the chin into the chest, and just roll the rib cage down towards the hips. Keep pushing the feet in the floor, the knees are hip distance. Your pelvic floor is drawn in. Exhale with resistance will help engage your deep transversus if you're neutral, so you'll be working all of your core. Good job. Sumo squat with high knees. So we're going to come down into a sumo squat and then lift the knee back into a sumo squat. Here we go. Sumo, lift. Keep the chest lifted the whole time. Land softly as you put that foot down. If you're struggling with that rotational twist, then when you come up, maybe do an elbow to the knee instead. So don't twist. Just lift. That's up to you. Either way, you're waking up the obliques, but sometimes getting that twist makes us forget to land the foot in your proper rotational knees and stuff in line. Prisoner squats. That was complicated. Okay, chest lifted, down low, push it up. Slight turn out here. Heels are narrower than the toes. Drop your hips as low as you can. If you can't come that low, that's okay. Turn, then try and come closer to parallel. But prisoner squats are usually those deep squats with a little bit of rotation, elbows out wide, sternum lifted. That's it. Doing that round again. So starting with our jump jacks. And here we go. Nice and light on those feet. Engage your inner thighs. Your inner thighs are kind of that muscle group that's really hard to get unless you're doing side planks or specific inner thigh work. So it's really important to think about when you do your jump jacks, because if you do them correctly, then it helps to create that nice narrowness at the top of the thigh. Keep going. Good job. Wall sit. Knock your heels out, bring your hips down, knees hip distance. Breathe in through your nose, get your heart rate back down. Breathe and relax into it. Remember to push the weight into the heels so you engage the back of the legs as well as the insertion point of the quadricep muscles around the knee. Keep those knees turned in nice and narrow so you wake up that vastus medialis. Hands to the wall, push yourself off. Good old-fashioned push-ups. Set those hands up under the shoulders, come into your long line, and then push away from the floor. Keep the shoulders wide. Try not to rush down or rush up, but make your push-ups equal on the down and the up. But if you have got any shoulder issues, you can try concentrating just on the down or just on the up and putting your knees down for the other direction, if that makes sense. I'm not making much sense today. But on your back for your crunches, let's crunch it up. It's the end of a long year, a long month. That's it, keep going. Roll those ribs to the hips. And I don't mean it's the end of the year, I just mean the end of a month, another day, another year passed since the last time it was today. And I think I've gone loopy, right? Never mind. Sumo squat with the high knees. Drop it down, twist, lift it up. You don't have to twist. It's about waking up those obliques. Really sit your hips down. So shove those hips back, pull the knee up. Shove the bum back, pull it up. Get the weight in the bum. Find that nice booty lift from your sumos. And hopefully I'm making some sense to you, because I'm not to me. I feel like I'm speaking gibberish today. My brain's gone to mush. Okay, prisoner squats. So narrow your stance a bit, but heels are narrower than your toes. Drop it down, push it up. Keep your spine long and lifted the whole time, like you're sliding the back of your hips along a wall. Push into your heels, fully contract your glutes and your quads as you come up to standing. Don't pull on your head, make sure your hands are light. They're only there to remind you to keep your collarbone open and your chest lifted. That's it. Okay, we're in our second round, so we get a little wee break. We're starting with elbow plank. So bring yourself down. Remember, your arms can be parallel, or bring those hands together. Tuck your pinkies in, elbows under shoulders. Your face is right at the point of your triangle that you make between your hands and your elbows. Your navel's pulled in, glutes are active. Head lifted, shoulders wide. Pull the rib cage down. Send the tailbone away from the shoulders. Try not to round the back,
But do that if you feel like you sink between the shoulders. That's it. Okay, so this is our proper strong push-up series. We've got push-up with rotation. So you could do it with your knees down. You're going to push up, twist, side plank. Back to the floor. Push up, twist. You can do it with your knees down. Push up, twist, square, push up, twist, or put your knees down for any variation of that you need. Push into that bottom hand and stack those shoulders. Use your obliques to twist the hips. That's it. We've got just a left side plank or right side plank, whatever side you naturally come onto first, because we're doing both sides. You can do it on your elbow, you can do it on your hand. I'm doing mine on my elbow because my elbows tend to be getting quite hyperextensive at the moment, and I just want to try and protect them a little bit. So, and I don't like elbow plank at all. I like it on my hands. But I don't want to be hanging out on my ligaments. So I'm just challenging myself to do more elbow plank. Nice long line, there we go. And remember, your side planks are really a lot about working your inner thighs. So squeeze those inner thighs together and really push into your bottom leg, engage your bum, and then squeeze both legs together. Lift your bottom oblique up towards that top hand. You can have your hand on your waist. You can look down. Whatever you need to do to have a nice, long, relaxed, but contracted body. Keep that shoulder away from the ear. Good job. Kneeling diamond push-ups. So you don't have to kneel, you can do them on your feet if you want to, but for me it definitely bothers my elbows. So your chest comes into the diamond. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. A long line from your toes to your head, or from your knees to your head, and try and alternate them. No, I'm not. I'm going to stay on my knees because I feel that straight away in that elbow, my right elbow. Little boxing yuckiness there. Okay, we're coming back into that elbow plank. So round two, set your elbows up under your shoulders, send your feet back, create that nice long line. And you can do it with your knees down. That's totally okay, but keep those shoulders wide. Try and keep the hips low, but contracted. Everything pulled in nice and tight and tidy towards the midline of the body. That's it. 3 seconds left. Good job. Okay, we got that push up with rotation. So come onto those hands. Send your feet or your knees back. Push up, twist from the hip. Push into the hand, reach up to square your side plank, and then back to the mat. Don't forget to contract that bottom glute as you come into that side plank. So really squeeze your whole bottom leg towards the sky. And feel like you're lifting your body away from the mat. That's it. Whew. Side plank on one side. I'm leaning to my left, so I'm going to start there. Lift up and hold. If you want to challenge yourself more, you can lift the foot. If you're using a little bitty weight, you can row your weight here, or you can bow and arrow, or you can just stay here like me. I'm happy with this today. You can feel that right in my side waistline. That's it. Drop those hips, other side. I just realized my heat is on. So on the next rest, I'm going to turn on my heater because it's blowing hot air right at me. I thought it was a fan going. Because it's actually warm outside. Keep going, hold that plank, lift the waistline. Make sure your whole body's squeezed between like 2 planes of glass.
You want the double glazed windows, the space between them. That's where you want your body to be. Okay, kneeling diamond push-ups. Get your hands in that diamond, chest over it, and then lower your chest into the box. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Squeeze your glutes. And if you want to try and progress away from your diamond push-ups and with your knees down, I recommend moving from knees down to doing them on a chair or wall, and then progressing from there to full on the floor with your knees up. Because diamond push-ups are quite hard. They're an easy one to get into your shoulders and create some shoulder injury. That's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, looking at my bum there. Okay, bicycle crunches, we're in our next series. So up we come, lift the head and torso, and twist. Reach your opposite leg away as you twist. Lift the armpit towards the knee. Try not to jam the chin to the chest. Keep the navel pulled in. This is our little core burst here. So you can see the first one was just a little bit of head to toe. The second set was our plank set. This one's our core set. We've got reverse crunches next. Whew. Hands up, toes up, lift. Remember, you can bend those knees if you need to, or tabletop, or a little micro bend, whatever you need to do to be able to hold those legs comfortably there. But work your lower abs a little bit, and then really working the upper abs as we lift and reach. Try not to pull from your neck or pull with your scalenes. Make sure you're lifting from the core, rolling the ribs down to the hips. Good job. Left oblique. So we're going to wrap the right heel over the left knee, hands to the elbows, flex up, twist to the right side, drop it down. Stay lifted, twist, center, twist, center. Now it doesn't matter what side you're twisting, because obviously we're doing both. So I said left oblique, but I'm doing my right. Right now, actually I'm working both, because they're working in an ipsilateral contraction by twisting to the opposite side. Keep going. Woo. Cross the left leg over the right, let the knee drop out to the side, flex up to the center, and then twist to the left. So you're just lifting that right shoulder blade up and off the floor as you twist. So the tips of your scapula, both of them are touching the floor throughout, but the right one clears away as you twist to the left side. And you lift the armpit, not just trying to tap the elbow. If you just tap the elbow, you're not going to move into the obliques that much. And you're going to try and pull your knee towards your elbow rather than your elbow towards your knee. Okay, double leg stretch, legs on a tabletop, stay flexed up, reach arms, reach legs, pull them both back in. Reach, pull them in. Stay flexed up, try not to flex from the neck. I know this is hard. Full on abdominal series. When you don't get a break between them, it definitely can start to fatigue the core, and then you want to use your head to lift you up. Try not to do that, because nobody wants those big chunks in the front of their neck. Well, some people do really. Okay, pulses, feet come down, hands up to the sky, spine is in neutral, flex up, and pulse. Reaching towards those toes a little bit more every time. Keeping the belly flat, really flat. No bread domes in the middle. Keep pushing the heels in the floor. Keep your knees hip distance. Your chin away from your chest. Oh man, these hurt. You're working the whole core here. Right down the middle, right down the sides. Little pulses, up and down, just pulling those shoulder blades away from the floor. Oh man, yowzers. Okay, we're going to go back into round 2. So give yourself a minute here. Bicycle crunches to start with. Knees up to the tabletop. Flex that head up. And let's twist. Opposite side each time. So one side and then the other. I said it was traditional. I didn't say it wasn't challenging. Oh.
My core is feeling this. Lift that armpit, lift the armpit, reach the leg. Toes up to the ceiling, hands up to the ceiling. Lift it up, lift, toe reaches. That's it, keep going. Using those upper abdominals, flex the rib cage towards the hips. Your chest, you're trying to lift your chest up towards your knees. That's it. So it's not a crunch, it's a lift. Oh. Okay, we've got that obliques across your right ankle over the left. Hands up, flex up, and that twist to the right. Center. Right. Center. So don't let your hips wobble around with this. Try not to jam your chin into your chest or pull on your head. Your hands are just there to support the weight of your head. Lift your armpit towards your knee. Keep going. Twist like your body's a corkscrew. Working through that left side. Oh, and down you come. Cross the left ankle over the right. Flex the torso up. Let's twist to the left now. Or to the right, whichever opposite to the last one you did. And if you look down your center waistline, you should see that you don't bend to the left side at all. All you're doing is twisting your left rib cage on top of the right rib cage. So it's like this little corkscrew. We're screwing a screw into a board. That's it. Spiral twist. Good job. Okay. Last one. Double leg stretch. Knees up to tabletop. Flex yourself up. Ready. Oh no, it's not. It's ab pulses, isn't it? Reach. Pull it in. Reach. So you're basically going to your hollow hold and then back into your start position. Hollow hold. Bring it back in. Keep those abdominals flat. Keep the navel pulled in towards the spine. If you start to lose it, then don't extend the legs. Just reach the hands and then pull them in. So protect your lower back. Don't give yourself a hernia. Feet down, hands up to the sky. Pelvis in neutral, so send that pivot going away. Flex the torso up, reach the hands towards the heels. Heels, and then pulse it up. If your head gets a bit heavy, you can grab onto your head and do like crunch pulses. But reaching your hands towards your heels helps to get that feeling of pulling yourself forward rather than lifting yourself up like we do with crunches. Pull, pull, pull. Oh man, reach those arms overhead, and then we're going to come standing up for our next round, which is chair squats. So I think we've got a little squatty round, but I could be wrong. It could be a lot of different things. So you're going to come down into your chair squat, like you're sitting your hips down on the chair. Push yourself up, pull your hands in line with your waist, with your hips. Try not to snap your knees. Keep the weight in the heels. Track those knees over the pinky toe or in line with the middle toes. But you don't want the outer edge of that knee to come inwards because otherwise it'll move into the side of the glutes more rather than the glute max. Okay, right, we got left lateral leg lifts. So get your weight onto your right leg. Lift the left leg, pull it in. Find that center in your core to find your balance. Using the muscles around the side of the hip. Keeping the hips level and engage, working the intrinsic muscles in the feet to hold your balance. Breathe. Don't forget, this is about the glutes, up around the hips. So don't try and start kicking the leg forward. Good job, right leg lifts. Transfer the weight to the left side. Find that stability and support. Float the foot. And then lift and lower. If you need to hold on to something, by all means do that. This is a good one to check yourself in a mirror or a window to see if your hip hikes, like if you shift with the lift, because if you do, you'll work your supporting leg more, but you'll lose that sort of upper glute connection. And that's so good for stopping you from getting hip replacements. Okay, here we go. My favorite exercise, jumping lunges. Plyometric lunges, remember, the faster you go, the higher you stay, the lower you go, the slower you go. I'm gonna go somewhere in the middle, because I do not like these. But that's all right, they're in here because they're good for you. Tone, tone, tone. Keep the core in, the shoulders and the hips square with each other. Use your glutes to thrust that leg back. Land softly on the toes, knees. Oh, in good alignment with the feet. We got those squats, squat jumps. Feet are wide, squat. Whew. My legs are jelly from the jump lunges. Try and land softly. I've not got my mat under me, so it sounds loud. I do feel a bit like an elephant landing right now. Who put these two exercises back to back with each other? Okay, chair squats. Here we go. Feet, hip distance, squat it down. Lift it up, weight in the heels. Keep the chest lifted. Come like you're just sitting on an imaginary chair and standing up. Breathe with this one, get your heart rate back under control before we jump again. Keep going. That's it. Okay, left leg lift. Get the weight on your right leg. Pull the core in. Lift that left leg. And pull it in. Remember to keep it completely in line so it doesn't come forward or you'll lose that glute connection. And you don't want it to come backward or you might tilt the hips forward. So you're staying in neutral. Your hips are staying level. Your core is drawn in really nice and controlled to keep you stable. That's it. Woo, and you can feel that in your foot. Transfer the weight, float the right leg, set the glutes, set the core, and then open and close that door like a hinge, door hinge. Sometimes reaching the opposite arm helps. Sometimes reaching the same side helps for balance. But if you want to, you can hold onto a wall. Don't let that waistline shorten as you lift the leg and keep the toes facing forward. Okay, jumping lunges. Oh, joy. Here we go. My squat jumps were pathetic last time, I must say. I would judge me if I was watching me on screen. Keep going, guys. Almost there. Don't forget to have that glute contracted to make sure those knees stay facing the front. Breathe. Almost there. Oh, okay. Squat jumps. This is our last exercise. Here we go. Squat. Whew. Power. Push from the heels. It's our last one. Come on. You guys can do it. Okay, that's me done. Yeah. Shake your legs out for a minute. I've lost my Apple Watch, so I have no idea what my heart rate's doing, but it feels like it's dying. Right, pull the left heel in, find your balance, squeeze the heel in to the bum, stretch out that quad. Keep the body long. Okay, cross it over, figure four. Sit your hips back, pull your chest forward. Good job. Cross that foot over in front of the other one, and then let's just roll down. Nice and slow. Stretching out the back and keeping those legs really straight as you come into a full forward fold. Stretching out that left hamstring a little bit more. Try and kind of push your hips back a bit to get that deeper hamstring stretch. And then roll yourself up. Good job. Other side. Pull your right heel in. Stretch that right quad. Square your hips. Belly pulled in nice and tight. And breathe. Cross the right foot over the left. Sit those hips back. Good job. Right foot in front of the left. Soften your knees to begin with. Roll your body forward. And then straighten those legs and push your hips back. And bring yourself up. Let's cross our right arm across the body. Keep that shoulder down. And the left arm across the body. Hands back behind the back. Squeeze those palms together. Lift the palms away from your hips. And then begin to hinge the body forward. Stretch those hamstrings. Stretch the chest. Stretch the shoulders. Keep those knees as straight as you can. And with every exhale, tip a little deeper. Bring the hands closer towards the floor or towards the sky. And then pull the hands back to the hips. Drop them down to the floor to your ragdoll. And roll your spine up. One vertebrae at a time, and you guys are done. Well done. I hope you enjoyed that one. I love that. It's nice sometimes to go back to just the basics, nice simple exercises that you don't get too confused about. And yeah, we'll see you again.